Okay, Capricorn. Now, objective and what you're desiring in the month of October. We have the Hermit. So interesting. So this is you, and you're standing on one leg, first of all, and you have your hands above your head. So you are very serious about something this month, something that is requiring you to really take up everything a notch. You really have to concentrate this month on something. You are so focused. There's a goal that has to be reached. There's a plan that has to be accomplished. And in order for this to happen, you understand that it requires skills. It requires strength. It requires concentration. And so I feel like that's what's happening here. And you might have to withdraw. Obviously, the Hermit here is alone. And I like this card because the seasons are changing, and Capricorn is so aware of timing. Timing is of the essence. And because of this innate ability that you have to know the limitations of time, you know, this is what makes you successful. You understand that there's times where you have to put your nose to the grindstone, that you can't just relax and kick up your heels. And so I feel that for some of you here, that's what this month is going to require. Now, this is the law of attraction. So this goal could be a lot of things because this is a general reading. It could be relationships. It could be business deals. It could be, physical health goals. But regardless, you realize that you have to set some time aside apart from daily activities, kind of the rat race, and you have to go within. You have to withdraw and call upon your inner strength, your inner reserve. And a lot of times, Capricorn, you just need time alone so that you can clear your head, that you can make sense of all of your duties, all of your responsibilities, and get some clarity, gain some clarity. This is the card of Virgo, so some of you could be dealing with a Virgo, but I feel like for most of you, this is just your energy. And, it could be too, Capricorn, that you're just kind of burnt out, that, it's kind of going both ways. You've either taken a nice break, you've had a vacation, and now it's time to get back to your purpose, your intentions, your goals, or it's the other way around, where you actually need time to withdraw and to recharge your batteries. So it can kind of go either way. But I do feel that this month is kind of going to be revolving around you and what you are pursuing in your life at this time. And so if your plans, if your goals, if your dreams have been kind of muddied by society, social opinion, what other people are thinking or saying, I just feel like you're seeking clarity in some area, and you need to separate yourself in some way, shape, or form so that you can clear your head. And I think October is going to be a great month for that. And it's so funny because that resonates with what you're valuing and identifying with. We have the Hanged Man. And this is about, here you are here, you're a little bit in limbo about something. And this is probably why you are taking time to withdraw. The Hanged Man here does represent doubts. So, being an earth sign, Capricorn, you are cautious. You're not going to just jump into any commitment or long-term goal, because if you do, you generally shoulder a lot of the responsibility. You take your obligations and your commitments very seriously. And so if you have embarked on a new relationship, if you've embarked on a new business, or you're furthering your business, you just want to make sure that you do the right thing. And this is a beautiful quality that you have. I mean, sometimes it probably frustrates you because you want to just make the decision. But I do feel like you're trying to feel something out. 2 steps forward, pausing, maybe a step back. This is kind of having a sense of uncertainty, and you're having to wait patiently for something. But what's cool about this card is that you realize and you recognize of most signs that anything that is valuable in life and worthwhile takes time and patience. So here it is again. You're very aware of the seasons. You're very aware of time. And this is also an encouragement to you, Capricorn, because I feel strongly that you're on the right path. You might be doubting yourself a little bit because this is kind of doubting self and your abilities. Like, am I really on the right path? Is this really going to work out, or is this all in my head? Things are manifesting for you the way that you want, but this is about, it's just taking longer and it is testing you a little bit, but this is all for your good. And this is not really about jumping into things right now. I feel that stepping back and letting more time pass is going to give you clarity. This might be the right decision for you, whatever you're working on. But, you know, it's not going to hurt to just allow yourself to kind of mull it over until you really get to that place where you're like, yes, I'm on the right path. This is the right situation. This is the right thing I want to pursue. You know, giving yourself time, not judging yourself, and not allowing instant gratification to take over. Okay. Okay, Capricorn, possible illusions, distractions, or doubt. Here we go again. Another card that's kind of highlighting that there's more going on below the surface with you this month. And, you know, that's what some people don't understand about Capricorn, is that yes, you are super strong, you know, at times impenetrable, you know, to other signs, but there's more than meets the eye, and you hide your emotions and your vulnerabilities well. And so that's what I feel like is what you're struggling with. A lot of times I found that signs, you know, certain earth signs, they're not even aware that they're feeling things, but they are. And so that's what I feel like is happening. You might be wrestling with something under the surface that you're not even aware of, that's trying to come out, that's trying to teach you, that's trying to heal you, because this is the card of the moon, and it's about the subconscious. It's about the emotions that are under the surface. And so you might be kind of wrestling with this because as a Capricorn, you want to stay in control. You know, you have a lot of responsibilities and you don't really have time to get all emotional. So if you are going through something, just be patient with yourself. Allow yourself to be human. Allow yourself to be real. Don't fight these feelings. You can tell that she is in the dark and she's feeling all this stuff. She doesn't know what it is. There's a woman in the moon. It's like you don't know what's real, what's fantasy. And we kind of all go through these kind of stages in life. So if this is happening for you and it's distracting you, just know that it will pass, that once again here, the key is time, and things will become more clear. And that also the reason why things may not be coming together like right away is because more time needs to pass so that things will be made clear. That right now things aren't really as they seem to be. And so you just have to be careful. And so it's more important to wait it out so that you really can be firm in your decision. Far more meets the eye than what's going on. Do not, you know, this card is about not acting in haste, taking your time, and remembering that this is just a season and it will pass. It is the card of Pisces. So for some of you, a Pisces sign might be a challenging person. But otherwise it could, like I said, just be your emotions and intuition. That's kind of, you're just trying to figure all this stuff out. Okay, Capricorn, now the right path to take, the strategies to be made. We have the 8 of Pentacles. And here we go. I mean, this is why you're probably kind of trying to figure things out, because this is the card of career change. And for Capricorn, career is huge. It's a huge part of your identity. You are a huge worker bee, and this is a person that is still in the same career, but is almost open to change, is open to something different, maybe tweaking it. And I feel like if you are doing that, Capricorn, that's why you want to really make sure that you know, because you are about building foundations and lasting success, and you don't want to mess things up. So, you know, there is like a wave, a breeze in the air that is causing you to think about something in a different way, to see it from a different perspective. It could literally be a career change for some of you, like flat out. It could be learning a new skill, a new discipline that's going to help assist you. And there is some change happening right now. There is a change in your vocation. It could be subtle. This doesn't have to be overly dramatic or crazy. But whatever it is it's going to cause you to think differently about how you do things. You may be also just looking in new directions for growth. Maybe you've kind of hit a wall or hit a place where in order to take it to the next level, you have to expand what you're currently doing. So you're on the lookout here. You're open, you're looking, you're thinking. And I think this is a great energy because you are open, but you're cautious at the same time. Okay, so the right attitude to have with yourself and others. We have another 8. So the actions to take and the attitude to take, both number 8s. This is the card of personal gratification. It is a fire energy. And this is an encouragement to you that if you've had any setbacks with people, with, getting along with people, be encouraged because there is positive changes coming along the horizon. So it's almost like think positive in your relationships, even if things have been rocky or a little volatile, good things are coming. This is also a card about a burst of activities. So exciting new things happening in your life. It could be news even. You could be experiencing news, but I do feel that the energy is shifting in Capricorn's favor. And this is going to bring you relief. It's going to bring you satisfaction and pleasure. And because you see here, you got like the bowl of frosting and it's just about enjoying yourself. So you have, very interesting here, you have 2 8s, a 9, a 12, a 13. So meaning with the numerology here, you've progressed, Capricorn. You have reached these different pinnacles, landmarks. You've made a lot of progress in your life. And so don't be discouraged if you've had a little setback or disagreement. Stay positive, take your time, and you're gonna need it because the outcome or the realization, we have the Queen of Swords. So, this tells me that there is a rival in your life. This is someone, it could be an air sign, an Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini. And this isn't necessarily bad. I mean, you are ambitious, Capricorn, and you know that to be successful, you're going to compete against other people. And so this isn't necessarily a bad competition, but it's going to keep you on your toes. This person is, right there with you, pulling against the rope, trying to make their way, trying to do their thing, and you're going to have to stay on guard. And because it's an air sign, it's all about using your intellect, your reason, and your logic, not letting yourself get overly emotional about the situation, but being quick and thoughtful with your approach. And I almost feel like this person or energy or situation, it's kind of, it can be a cunning energy, someone that's pretty sharp, but they use their intellect because they're sneaky, and they can be vindictive. They're trying to get the upper hand for some of you. And the other message I'm getting is just to be careful and cautious about what you share. And that's probably why you're being so deliberate and so, mindful. Be cautious. Know that you don't have to share anything that you don't want to. And be very perceptive, keep your eyes wide open in your communication with others. And I also feel like this is not someone that you want to argue with. You just want to speak your truth and let it go. So you are climbing the ladder, Capricorn, whether you know it or not. I do feel that this month you're going to be taking more time out to withdraw, to seek, to understand, to be mindful about your decisions. I do feel there's competition. I do feel that there's challenges, but you have to remember that you grow through your challenges and you become stronger and then you help other people. So it's still going to be a great month.